Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Jamila and I am a self-taught astrologer, and I will be talking about Moon conjunct Pluto and Synastry. Oh, I love this one. I love aspects from the Moon to Pluto because this is where our psyches transform. Okay, this is where you will learn something significant regarding your behavior patterns and your behavior makeup, diving deep in the subconscious and the unconscious mind. Now, in case you guys don't know, I'm going to break down the moon quickly, what it means. So in astrology, the moon is one of the most important celestial bodies. It represents our emotions, our intuition, and our innermost feelings. It represents the relationship we have with our mother and our early childhood as well. The moon is also associated with our subconscious mind and how we process our emotions. So additionally, the moon is also connected to our feminine energy, and it is ruled naturally by Cancer, the fourth house. Okay, now with Pluto is the planet of rebirth and transformation, power, the underworld, push and pull, regeneration, growth, the occult, astrology, tarot, all those taboo subjects, power. Now, with Pluto making a close conjunction with the moon, so I'm going to say Scorpio. The moon is Scorpio and Pluto in Scorpio. Now, here we have Pluto triggering the moon's psyche and unraveling all that has been repressed from childhood to where the individual is in where the person is currently thriving in life, adulthood, teenage, but we're going to say adulthood because obviously we're talking about synastry and relationships right now. So I'm going to assume that if you're here, you must have an understanding of the moon, Pluto, and synastry in general. So when these two individuals meet, they definitely are smitten, close, intertwined with one another. It's the merging of the souls, I feel, when it comes to this particular dynamic, when it comes to this particular aspect in synastry. And there's a lot of fear from the moon side because although they want to escape Pluto, they can't help but feel this alluring pull. It's like Pluto is charming, beautiful. They feel like Pluto can meet all their emotional needs, all right? But then saying that, Pluto will unravel everything that's been hiding, all right? To the point that the moon may behave in the most erratic ways. The moon may play out behaviors of manipulation, control, being smart with the mouth, like running their mouth, being rude, shouting, being disrespectful, trying to get the upper hand. Now, saying this as well, it all depends on how evolved Pluto is, because if Pluto is unevolved in this particular dynamic, Pluto can be quite damaging, all right? Pluto could really emotionally control or abuse the moon. But that's the lower octave. The higher octave is that the Pluto holds space for the moon. And when I mean holds space, I mean Pluto understands why the moon is behaving the way they're behaving. The moon, and this could go both ways, by the way, or it could go either way, okay? And of course, this will play out differently if there's other aspects being made to Pluto. Because if we've got Venus involved, we've got Mercury involved or Mars, this is going to put up a notch, because especially we have Mars and the moon, there's going to be a lot of intimacy here, a lot of intimacy. These people will be in the bed all the time, and not even in the bed, they'll get busy anywhere, okay, because these people have a lot of passion for each other, all right. But this is like the higher octave of when, you know, sex is what's the word? What's that word? Sorry. Okay. Do you know what? That's it. It's consensual. There we go. Sorry. You know, because with this aspect too, the lower octave is that someone is being maybe, you know, possibly sexually abused, but I don't really want to get into that. I just want to talk about the middle ground and the higher octave of moon conjunct Pluto in Synastry. Now, these two people will be very close. They'll have a deep understanding of each other, a deep understanding of what makes them tick and what drives one another. Now, Pluto may play emotional games with the moon at times, just to get a reaction, just to see how much they care, and vice versa. Now, the moon may try to break away from Pluto, only to find their way back to Pluto. Now, Pluto will give the moon its space, but again, this could be the case. It just depends on the individual's charts at hand, if they've got any Pluto in their charts individually, and then this is happening. Because if they do, then they may not be as possessive because they're used to this energy, so they kind of know how to handle it and not be reckless with it per se. But this could be also a situation where they break up, they make up, they break up, they make up. You know, they're on the phone to each other, they're arguing with each other, but it's passionate. They break up, they make up. They're in the bed, they're out the bed, you know. They could be stalking each other, keeping an eye on each other, being possessive of each other, obsessive, thinking about each other all the time, okay? These people could turn up at each other's homes, staying at home, because this is the moon, so it's often hidden what's going on behind closed doors with these people, but you can see the chemistry between these two people when they're around each other, because they're close, you know, walking side by side with each other on the road, pictures, matching outfits, like, you know, wine and dine, you know, going out to eat, just indulging in all the pleasures of life. You know, alcohol could be involved here because it is the moon and it is Pluto. Drugs, you know, smoking weed, that is a possibility with this aspect as well. Indulging, you know, going out gambling with one another, buying gifts, you know, and Pluto could indulge the moon, you know, buying them expensive gifts, for example, buying them bags, shoes, perfumes. It's very possible that this could be a situation. These are the kind of couples that'll be in the bed all day just chilling, you know. The TV doesn't necessarily have to be on. They could just be in the room just chilling, and they're just vibing. They're just happy to be with one another. Now, Pluto's deepest fears... No, not Pluto, sorry. Well, Pluto's fears too, but because Pluto is stimulating the moon here, all the moon's deepest fears are coming to the surface, you know, and this could cause the moon to run. You know, you could find like a bit of a runner chaser with this a bit. I'm not going to call it twin flames, no, I'm not going to say that, but it can give off that vibe. And I do want to say as well to people, you know, a lot of the times when people say they found their twin flame, a lot of the times it's just that they have Pluto interacting heavily in their synastry, you know. But anyway, of course, I'm not saying that, I'm not taking that away from the fact that it could be that, but I'm just saying a lot of the times it can be that, because with Pluto involved, this situation can become unhealthy. It can become quite volatile. It can become, you know, a situation where people are blocking each other, you know, cheating, you know, being disloyal, or downright ghosting someone, you know, gaslighting someone, you know, love bombing them and then just withdrawing, you know, playing games because you want the upper hand, you know. That could play out here with this particular aspect in Synastry. But these people could definitely be in it for the long run. This could develop into a long-term relationship where they do get married, you know. They shred the old. And when I mean shred the old, they get rid of the baggage, you know. Because Pluto will bring all the moon's baggage to the surface, and it could play out in a karmic way where whatever's not being dealt with is being replayed. So if this person was cheated on in the last relationship, the moon could then project that onto the Pluto and be like, oh, you're this, you're that, when Pluto hasn't done anything wrong. But because Pluto is stimulating the moon and bringing up all those fears, that's what it is. There's a lot of projection can happen with this, you know. But like I said, this could go both ways, all right? Or either way. It just depends on who's evolved or how evolved each individual is. If each individual has evolved already and they've got rid of the baggage, then none of this will come up in the Synastry, you know. But I mean, it will come out still, but not as intensely, you know. They'll be able to navigate these challenges and move through it more smoothly than they probably would if they haven't. Because if they haven't, then a lot of the issues will come out, you know, of neglect, abandonment, and so forth. That is a possibility. But nevertheless, this is it can be really beautiful. It can be a very loving relationship. But of course, it can turn ugly, or it can just be an ugly situation where one of you guys has to learn self-love. You got to know when to let go. If this person isn't treating you accordingly, and it's not aligning to your values and how you see yourself and how you want to be respected and treated, then you have to have that emotional resilience to pull away. But you will grow and you will learn. And with this particular aspect in Synastry, you won't forget each other. You will always remember each other, especially because the intimacy is something to be remembered. It's like every time you guys are intimate, you're renewed. It's like you're shredding the old and you become the new. It's like you get to know each other through these intimate moments, you know. That's the best way that I can put it. But yeah, this is Moon conjunct Pluto. But yeah, I hope it resonates. If not, I'm sorry, but this is what I have to say about Moon conjunct Pluto. I may do another video in the future because I just kind of freestyled this, because often I'll say what I have to say and then I'll look back and go, damn, I forgot to say this, I forgot to say that, I missed out this. So I may revisit this in the future. But if you would like to share your experiences or what you feel with this Synastry aspect, then please leave a comment and let me know. If you have experienced this, let me know what your experience was. Was it amazing? Was it life-changing? Was it significant? You know, let me know. But anyway, take care, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.